Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nev and it's Rainbow Tarot UK if you've not joined me here before for a pick a card reading. So it's lovely to have you here. I hope everyone is really doing well and that you are as happy as you can be and that you're healthy and well. That's always what I think is the main thing in life. But today we've got our 4 piles and we're just going to be looking straight at those. So I will see you very, very soon. Bye for now. Okay guys, so these are the 4 piles. We have pile number 1, which is this card that is the Dragonfly and Pansy. Dragonfly and Pansy with the little red stone here. Then we have pile number 2, which is the Butterfly and Snowdrop with the little turquoise stone, as you can see. And then we have pile number 3, which is the Sheep and Blackberry with the little calcite. And then we have pile number 4, which is the Frog and Lotus with the little pink bead here, little pink stone. So those are your 4 piles. As I always say, go for the one that feels right for you. That's probably got your messages. There might be more than one pile, and that's absolutely fine. And I will see you very soon in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1 and welcome to this reading. So today we're doing, aren't we, what will happen between you and your person, what will happen between us. And you came into the reading under this lovely little card that is the Dragonfly and Pansy, and underneath, you can't really see it, it's too small to see it on camera, but it says the word balance. And funnily enough, this card is actually 38, and 38 is 11. And 11 is 2, cancels down to 2, and 2s is all about a balance, partnership, friendship, relationships, that kind of thing, harmony. So it's interesting that you've got that. So, yeah, okay, so you also came in with the little red stone here. So let's put that over there so you can just sort of see it there. Actually, I might just put it here. I noticed in the other reading that, I don't know if you can see it properly. So let's just put it there. Okay, so I haven't shuffled any oracles. I hope everyone's alright. I hope you're all okay. I just want to say a big thank you, as I always do, for all your lovely support, your likes, your comments and your subscribes. Thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate that. I'm always grateful for whatever I get on YouTube, you know, so thanks for doing that. And just to remind you that it is a general reading. I don't know what's going to come up in a reading like this one, obviously. There might be a few, you know, there might be a bit sensitive with what will happen between us. So just take the messages that feel right. If they don't feel right for you, then they're probably not for you. They're maybe for somebody else that's listening. And it is timeless. So it's, you know, it's good for whenever you're finding it. So let's just have a look. So what I'm going to do first of all is I just want to get a bit of a sense of where you and your person are at right now, before we look at what will happen between you. So what is going on? And then it's also a good way for you to check if it sounds like your kind of situation. So what is happening with pile number 1 and their person right now? What is going on with pile number 1 and their person right now? So we've got these shadow and light cards. We've got mistake, which is the shadow aspect, and then we've got light, which is understanding. Okay, so mistake and understanding. Card number 35, which actually is cancels down to 8, doesn't it? And 8 is, funnily enough, about restoring order, which could go with the balance there, because 8 is about order. So maybe something's happened in this situation and you need to restore the balance of it in some way. That could be what's going on for some of you, because 8 is also about stability, so maybe regaining stability. So maybe someone's done something or something's happened with a mistake, and maybe there needs to be some understanding, some forgiveness to create balance, possibly. That could be what's going on for some of you currently. But anyway, let's get some tarot out first before we say anything else. So what is currently going on for pile number 1 and their person, please? What is currently going on for pile number 1 and their person? Currently going on for pile number 1 and their person, please. So we have the High Priestess. Okay. We have the 10 of Cups. Okay. We have the Fool. What's currently going for them at the moment? And we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And the overarching energy is the 2 of Swords. So It could be, I mean, there's a number of ways in which you could read this, and I'm going to try and look at all of them because obviously people might be in slightly different situations right now. Now, it could be for some of you with the High Priestess that this is a situation which is hidden. The High Priestess is kind of like a hidden energy or a secret. It could be a secret situation or a hidden situation. So maybe it's a three-way situation, or maybe it's a crush situation or something like that. And you're feeling, or there's certainly potential for it to be a really happy situation with the Ten of Cups here. And the Fool is like a new beginning. So maybe if it's a secret situation or a hidden situation, you're hoping that you can be really happy with this person and that you can have a beginning with them. It might be a bit of a risk. It might be a bit of a leap of faith with the Fool here, but you want that because you feel like this situation is going to give you emotional happiness. And where you're hoping that, you know, it's going to be reciprocated. So maybe it's a crush situation, it's a secret situation at the moment, and you're hoping, wishing that two of you are going to have this new beginning. The energies are going to be reciprocated, you're both going to be really happy, but at the moment it's kind of stuck, with the Two of Swords being the overarching energy. It's sort of stuck because it's hidden, or maybe because it can't come out into the open, or something like that. Now, it could be as well that you've possibly, with the High Priestess, because it is a hidden energy, that the situation is no longer active at the moment. Maybe it was really happy. Maybe we were really happy together. Maybe it was a new start for you. Maybe it was going really well. Maybe it was balanced. And then something happened, possibly, to knock it off balance. Maybe it was a mistake, to make it feel stuck, to bring it to this crossroads. Something like that. It could be that you could maybe be in separation from this person now, or there might be a little bit of a break or something like that where it is hidden. Something like that. Or it could be that you feel like somebody is hiding something from you. So you are in this situation with them. To all intents and purposes, it's looking really good, but maybe you're feeling intuitively with the High Priestess here that there's something hidden, that there's something not coming, there's something somebody's not, you know, this person maybe isn't being open with you, or you're being kept in the dark here with this blindfold over their eyes. Maybe you're being kept in the dark, and that's keeping you stuck. You're feeling stuck in that kind of not knowing, something like that. So those are just some of the scenarios of where I think you are at the moment. In all cases, it feels to me like you want the situation to be more balanced. And as I say that, funnily enough, I'm looking at the two columns on the side of the High Priestess that have the initials B and J. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the actual words of those are, but when I looked at the B, it was reminding me of balance. So I feel like maybe you're wanting this situation to be more balanced, but at the moment, for some reason, it's stuck. It can't move forward, and for many of you, it might be because it's secret or hidden or something like that. It's not out in the open, but you're feeling maybe it has all this potential to be really great. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. So it's out of kilter, it's out of balance for you because it's not fulfilling maybe its potential that you think it has. Something like that. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, Ten of Cups is Pisces, Six of Pentacles, that is Taurus energy, and Two of Swords is Libra energy. Okay, which funnily enough is about balance, isn't it? Libra is the air sign, which often pertains to balance and justice. You know, maybe you're wanting a wrong to be righted in some way with a mistake here. That could be what's going on for some of you. But anyway, let's see what's, let us now look at, what is actually going to happen. What will happen between you guys? What will happen? Let's have another oracle card. So what will happen between pile number one and their person? What will happen between? So maybe if none of those situations sit with you, then you might want to look at another pile possibly. So what will happen between pile number one and their person? What will happen between pile number one and their person? Please make it very clear to me. What will happen? Well, I've got two. I wasn't expecting two, but I've got two. What will happen between pile number one and their person? We have got patience, right? Patience. And that reminds me of the kind of understanding. So maybe to get through this, there needs to be some patience. And then we've got focus. So let's get some tarot out before we say anything else. What will happen between? So what will happen between pile number 1 and their person? Okay, what will happen between pile number 1 and their person? Let's go for it. We have, ooh, 6 of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the 4 of Wands. What else? What will happen between pile number 1 and their person? And we have the 4 of Pentacles. And underneath we have the 3 of Wands. Okay. Right, what will happen? So I definitely feel that if this is a situation which is sort of stuck, because obviously you've got the 2 of Swords and then you've got the 3 of Wands here as the overarching energy. I feel like, because the 3 of Wands is often where you are sort of negotiating and planning to move forward, really. So you've slayed the seeds in something, and the 3 of Wands is about you taking a lot of action, moving forward, because this woman is waiting for the coach to come along so she can move forward on her journey. So I feel like this situation, if it's been stuck, it will move forward. It will become unstuck in some way. You will be able to, there's light at the end of the tunnel, because she can see that coach there. It's coming towards her and she's going to move forward on her journey. So I feel like this is a secret situation or a hidden situation. It's going to move forward. You might need a bit more patience with it. So that might be why you've got the understanding there. So maybe there needs to be more patience, more focused. Patience and focus reminds me about being still in some way, and it goes with 3 of Wands, because the 3 of Wands can also be a little bit about waiting. So maybe this situation still requires patience, still requires focus, and you need to kind of sit with it at the moment, but it's definitely got the promise of being really a happy situation, because you've got the 6 of Wands right out of the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess, as I said before, was a hidden situation, or something that was in, the High Priestess is kind of hidden, or sometimes in darkness or mysterious. There's a lot of mystery around it. But with the 6 of Wands, that is the opposite. That's like recognition. That is like being out there. That is like victory. So, and also in this particular 6 of Wands, it always shows this kind of marriage scene, which is like some, a sort of celebration, because the 6 of Wands is like that as well. It's like a celebration. So I feel like out of something that's maybe hidden or not in view, or possibly in separation or in darkness or something like that, or is a mystery, there will be recognition. And in this particular card shows a very, a happy couple, a happy relationship. So I feel like that there will be a happy relationship. I'm getting the sense, though, with the Queen of Swords, that in this period of patience, of waiting, of before it actually happens, that there is something about the need for maybe to take the emotion out of it a little bit, because the 10 of Cups is like an excessive emotion, and the Queen of Swords is like somebody who does the right thing in a kind of in a very sort of intellectual way, in a very thoughtful way. So she's not so emotionally she's not always connected so strongly to her emotions. She uses her head. So it could be that in this situation, to get this to this period of being victorious, of coming together with the 4 of Wands, there needs to be more kind of maybe more thought, more rational thought, rather than an excess of emotion. Or so maybe it's kind of just a bit caught up in emotion at the moment. There needs to be more balance to it, more sort of more thought. And also the Queen of Swords is somebody who does something that's right, that's true, no matter how it feels, really. So I feel like this situation will come about when things are truthful, when things are honest, when things are clear, when there's good boundaries. So maybe before as well, there was an issue around boundaries, or somebody made a mistake and it was to do with boundaries. But I feel this happy situation that will happen between you is dependent as well on both of you being clear, being open, being honest, being truthful, getting things out in the open, having a clear direction of where you want to go. So basically taking the mystery or the secrecy or something like that out of the situation. It has to be clear, and that is, I feel like that will happen because you've got the Queen of Swords here. So I feel like it will become clearer. The situation will become clearer. It will become more honest, more truthful. And on the other side of that, you've got the Four of Wands. Well, the Four of Wands is, like a milestone card. And again, it reminds me of this one. These are very similar scenes of a couple being very happy together. The Four of Wands is like the 11-11 sign. It's it's that kind of whole, soulmate kind of twin flame thing. I mean, 11-11 is also about, listening really strongly to your intuition. And funnily enough, you've got the High Priestess cards, because when you see, when you see numbers around you, and if you see an 11-11 a lot, it's often telling you to, really pay attention to your intuition, to, trust your gut, that kind of thing, that you're on the right, your kind of guides are telling you that you're on the right track. So I feel like this connection will be on the right track when it's out in the open, when it's honest, when it's clear, when there is less secrecy to it or less hidden stuff to it, or when you're back together and you're not in separation, if some of you are in separation. And the Four of Pentacles shows keeping hold of the situation. The Four of Pentacles is about keeping hold of it. Now it could be what you need to be aware of maybe is that if somebody has been a little bit stubborn in a situation, or a little bit maybe sort of not wanting to share in terms of their emotions or what's going on for them, that might still be there a little bit, because you've got the Four of Pentacles, because that's like a clinging on. And I feel like the Six of Pentacles is a reciprocated energy, which is, I felt like what you wanted, or what you, like an equal balance, because it's got the scales here, like a balanced energy. I feel like somehow that might be why I was thinking about boundaries. Like this happy situation will happen when there are clear boundaries. So if somebody's still wanting to hold on and not really share maybe how they're feeling or their thoughts or that kind of thing, there needs to always be, and maybe this is a bit of advice for you, pile number one, to always be clear on your boundaries and say, no, it needs to be balanced, because your overall card was balance, so that this situation needs to be much more balanced. And that might mean that you need to be clear on your boundaries, and I think you will be. In order for there to be happiness, real happiness in this situation, I think maybe you are being called to be more clear on your boundaries of what you will and won't accept in the situation. And this Queen of Swords has got a little butterfly here on her chest, and I feel that's how the situation will transform, because I think this person might always have a tendency to be a little bit secretive, to not really share. So and that's still going to be there, but you with the Queen of Swords will be clear on your boundaries in saying, no, this needs to be more balanced, we need to be more open and truthful and honest with each other. And then you've got all the promise of the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands, which I definitely see that happening for you. But maybe the patience is focus is about that, is about being patient and having the situation in the right way. So you're saying clearly what you want, and it might take time, and that might be why you've got Three of Wands, where it's got the promise of taking you to, you're on your journey, taking you to the right destination for you, but there needs to be a bit more time maybe on possibly some healing, or just being stronger on your boundaries of how you want this situation to be. And I think that's what will happen, because I see you standing with strength, pile number one, making it really clear, because this person has a tendency to, to not want to share how they're feeling and what they're thinking, and that sometimes can make the situation stuck, or you know, maybe you don't know where you are or what's going on. So it's really important, and I see that happening, that you stand firm with your boundaries and you say, look, we need to be absolutely clear, open and honest with each other, because only then can we have this beautiful balanced relationship. And I see that that's what will happen. But anyway, let's see what else. Let's get some more. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Queen of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Six of Wands is a Leo energy. Four of Wands is Aries energy. And the Four of Pentacles is not Taurus, it's Capricorn energy. So there you go. So let's see what else we have here for you. Let's see. What will happen between pile number one and their person? So if you're apart, then I definitely see a reconciliation. If it's a secret situation, a hidden situation, it will come to the light. You do have you will be victorious in coming together, but it's dependent on it being clear and honest and truthful and out in the open, and you being firm on your boundaries. And I see you being able to do that. So being more focused, being patient and focused, really, on what you want, and being patient and focused on getting the situation to the level that you want it to be at, which is, you know, a happy, committed situation. What we've got here, transformation. Isn't that interesting? Because I saw the butterfly here. Yeah, enter into the light from out of the darkness. Isn't that interesting? Because I think I said that with the High Priestess, you know, coming out of that mysterious dark. Not that the High Priestess is a dark energy, she's far from a dark energy, but often it can mean things that are hidden, and often, you know, things that are hidden are often, you know, got the saying about, you know, when you're in the dark. So I feel like this situation will transform for you. Pile number one. Let's have one more card for you. What will happen between pile number one and their person? What will happen between pile number one and their person, please? Accept yourself. So yeah, maybe it's about you also in this period, just being absolutely okay. Maybe before you maybe let certain things slide or let certain things happen. But with the Queen of Swords here, she is so super confident, very clear about what is right for her, very clear about doing the right thing. And maybe that's something about you just accepting yourself as you are, you know, being clear about who you are, and accepting that about yourself. But anyway, part number one, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, welcome to your reading. I hope you're all doing really, really well. So today we're doing, aren't we, you know, what will happen between you and your person? So what will happen between us? So you chose to come in under this absolutely gorgeous card. Look at that blue, it's so beautiful, isn't it? I just love this card. And it is called the Butterfly and Snowdrop. And underneath it has the word hope. And it's card number 36. And 3 and 6 counts down to 9, doesn't it? And 9s, interestingly, are about endings of cycles, completions and new beginnings. And of course, a butterfly also signifies transformation, doesn't it? Snowdrops come out in spring. So this feels this particular card that you've come in on, you know, there's hope, there's transformation, there's new growth, there's new life. So let's see how that plays out in your reading. And you also came out in with this little beautiful turquoise bead here. So I'm going to put that there so we can actually see it. Okay, so let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to do a row on where you're at the moment. And it's a good way of you checking out whether this is your pile. And I just want to say, you know, this is a general reading, so please do take the messages in that context. If they don't sit right with your situation, then they might not be for you. They might be for somebody else that isn't listening. I don't know what's going to come out in this reading, so just take what feels right. Never take a message that makes you feel uncomfortable. So let's just ask. Actually, I'm not going to use those ones. Let's just ask, where are you at? Where is pile number two and their person at right now in their current situation? What is their energy? What's going on between pile number two and their person right now, please? Please make it clear to me what's going on between pile number 2 and their person right now. So we have, now this is very interesting because this card came out in pile number 1. Isn't that interesting? But it came out that way round. So these show light and shade. So yours has come out the light shade up, which is understanding, and the shade is mistake. So it's come out with understanding. So maybe at the moment, and it's also card number 35. 35 is about order, building order, stability. So let's see how that plays out in your cards when we're looking at your cards now about where you are currently at. So where is pile, oh, I'm not going to take that yet, someone said it. Where is pile number 2 and their person? Where are they currently at? Where are they currently at in their situation? Where are they currently at? So we have the King of Pentacles. Where are they currently at? We have the Queen of Swords. We have Judgment. And we have the 7 of Wands. Right, okay. And the overarching energy is the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, it might be that you, with the 5 of Pentacles being the overarching energy, the 5 of Pentacles is like a card of lack, really. It's a card of feeling, you know, that you are lacking in some way. So maybe at the moment, the situation is lacking in some way. Maybe both of you feel like you're out in the cold, or one person feels like they're out in the cold. This could be that you are in separation. Maybe it's a no contact situation for some of you, and that you are wanting you know, some kind of reconciliation, some kind of rising up here with the Judgment card. So the Judgment is about rising up, and funnily enough it goes with this card hope and the butterfly transformation and the snowdrops, new growth. So I feel like maybe at the moment, you know, it's a situation where something's happened, you know, with a mistake here, and, you know, you're wanting, or, yeah, maybe you're wanting and possibly they're wanting hope and understanding in this situation because you want it to rise up, you want it to be better. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords is stability, truth, honesty and integrity. So maybe you're wanting stability, security, and you want things to be maybe more truthful, honest, just, because this Queen of Swords is always a very just figure. She's a very fair figure. She will do what is right irrespective of how she feels about it. So maybe there needs to be some truth in this situation if there's been some sort of mistake, some justice, some fair way of dealing with it. The 7 of Wands is a card of challenge. Wands, you know, the 7 of Wands is a challenging card, but it's not a challenges that can't be overcome. So maybe something's happened in this situation. You may be on a temporary split, or you're feeling out in the cold, or something like that. But you want it, you know, you've got a lot of hope for it to get better, to overcome the mistake, because don't forget we had understanding, the light coming out on where you are at the moment. So maybe you're feeling there's a lot of potential for this situation to be healed, for it to be stable again. And for some of you, it might be that the two of you are quite different people, because the Queen of Swords is somebody who's very rational, very, like I say, very honest, got a lot of integrity, very true, but sometimes a little bit cut off from their feelings. And the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very reliable, stable. Now, it could be, you know, you can intertwine these energies. You know, you could be the King of Pentacles, they could be the Queen of Swords, or whatever. It's, you know, but I feel like maybe there's a sort of difference in how maybe you are, to get how you are as people. Somebody's very conscious of stability, security. You know, I mean, both of you, I think both of you are quite wise, maybe both of you are quite mature, but definitely there's something in the situation where it's out in the cold, or it's, like I say, maybe no contact, maybe you're in separation, or maybe if you are together, there's something that's happened in the situation which means it's a bit of a challenge, but you're wanting it to rise up, and you're hopeful that it can transform and rise up and be better. And this this state of lack can be rectified in some way. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. If it doesn't sound like your situation, you might want to look at another pile. But let's see what we've got. So in terms of zodiac signs, King of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I mean, the King of Pentacles always kind of reminds me of Capricorn, really. Queen of Swords, you know, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Seven of Wands is Leo energy, and the Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So those are just some of the astrological signs. Let's get some cards out on what will happen. So let's see now. What will happen? See what? Please can you tell me what is going to happen? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? No, what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? Let's see what this one is. Let's have a look. What will happen? So we have illumination. So something is going to be illuminated, or something is going to come back into the light with illumination. So maybe it's funny because this is actually quite, and this is actually a snow scene as well, isn't this? This is a winter scene. I feel like maybe out of the darkness, what's underneath? The Chariot, yeah. So out of the darkness, I feel like something's going to come into the light here with the illumination. Out of this darkness. And then we have the Chariot, which is about moving forward with purpose and direction and speed. So let's see what's going to be going on there. So we have illumination. Let's see if we can have another one. What else have we got for you? So what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? Empowerment. Okay, because the Five of Pentacles is a very disempowering place to be, because you feel like you're lacking in everything. You feel like you're completely out of power, really, because, you know, this Five of Pentacles shows as somebody in poverty, in lack, being out in the cold, no support. So maybe what will happen is the situation will move more into the light. And funnily enough, underneath that, all the cards seem to be coming out of this one, is the Nine of Cups, which is like a wish fulfillment. I feel like there is a wish fulfillment for reconciliation in this situation. I feel like both of you are wanting reconciliation somehow. And the situation will be brought into light, and it will become more powerful again. It will become empowered again. Funnily enough, 45 is, again, 9. And I think I said, did I say? Yeah, I said that was 9 as well. And 9s is about the endings of a cycle, completions and new beginnings. So let's see what your tarot says. Let's have a look at your tarot. What will happen between pile number 2 and their person, please? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen? We have the Queen of Swords again. Ooh, what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? Clarity. The Queen of Cups. The Knight of Wands. A lot of people, a lot of court cards. There might be a lot of people in this situation. A lot of people's either interfering, or a lot of people to consider. The Strength card. And the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, again, is this kind of like, what's underneath there? The Death card, which is death and rebirth. I feel like with these cards that this is definitely a rebirth situation. I feel like this situation is going to come back together, definitely. The Five of Swords is like, I feel like you need to overcome, though, certain issues with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is like a battle where there's been winners and losers. It may be thoughts as well that you have to overcome. So maybe there's been some negative thoughts in this situation, some negative thinking, and it could be, but this crow is talking into this person's head, and he's holding his head, isn't he? So with all the people in this reading, I'm just wondering if there's been a lot of interference causing negativity in this connection for some of you. There could have been a lot of people interfering. With the Queen of Swords coming up twice, the Queen of Swords can be quite a harsh figure. It can, the sort of flip side of the Queen of Swords is that it can relate to a lot of gossip, a lot of negative words, really. So all I'm saying is that there might be, with this image as well, have been a lot of interference or gossip or bad words maybe that have gone on in this situation from other people or with each other. Some sort of harshness really. So from the Queen of Swords, you've got the Queen of Cups. So I feel like the Queen of Swords is also this distance, this emotional distance. But because you've got it next to the Queen of Cups, I feel like what will happen is this emotional distance, this difficulty, this negativity, whatever it is, will rebirth, will rise up, will be better, really, because you've got the Queen of Cups, which is a much more loving. And she comes right under the Queen of Swords again. So I'm feeling that the Queen of Cups, it will move from maybe a difficult, harsh, distant situation to a more loving situation with passion. The Knight of Wands is about passion, it's about fire. So I feel like there will be a rising up, a passionate rising up, a passionate reconciliation, a passionate coming together. But I feel like with the illumination, maybe it's just that it needs to be more, there needs to be more wisdom to it, because you've got the Queen of Swords twice, and that is about wisdom. So I feel like going forwards, you might have learnt something from this time apart, and that there'll be more wisdom, that there will be more love in the connection. It will revive passionately, and it will be stronger. I feel like the Strength card is where there's challenges at the moment, you will overcome them because it will be a stronger connection. So, but I think there's something about needing to maybe heal those negative thoughts or the things that might have been making it stuck before or caused it to come into separation or something like that. Or maybe the mistake was that somebody listened to something that influenced them in the connection and then it caused it to come apart. But there's maybe some sort of interference, and now it's about being, together you will overcome those challenges with the Strength card. You'll have a passionate new beginning. It will be more loving, and the Queen of Swords is it will be more truthful and honest and have more integrity. But there's something about both of you needing to be a bit softer maybe with each other. So maybe all this crow in this person's head about both of you maybe being a bit harsh with each other for some of you, and it needs to transform and become more loving, and it will do. I feel like it will move from a kind of distant, detached situation to something more loving, to something more exciting, to something passionate, to something happier again. Because this person looks really happy, doesn't she? Playing her drums, and I feel like you'll both have the strength to get over any challenges. So if you're apart, and I think for most of you probably are, this situation will come out of darkness, be illuminated, it will become more empowered again, it will become stronger again. But there's something about healing from maybe harsh words or harshness, becoming more emotionally connected, more heart-centered. Maybe there's a bit of healing going on at the moment, and it will revive in a more hopeful way. It will transform, definitely. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean the Queen of Swords, again that is, I said, Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Knight of Wands, that's all the fire signs. I mean, I think we've probably got everyone here, haven't we? Strength is Leo, and then, the Knight of Wands is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And the Five of Swords is specifically Aquarius energy. And obviously Death is Scorpio. So I think we've probably got nearly all of them there, haven't we? So let's see if we can have some other oracle cards. What have we got here? Where are the other cards? There they are. So what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? Forgive. Exactly. I think there'll be forgiveness. And I think there might be something that needs to be forgiven. Because I feel like there's someone said something, or there's been some harsh words, or somebody's maybe listened to other people, gossip or something like that, and there needs to be forgiveness. The act of forgiveness releases tension. So I feel like both of you will forgive each other. There will be forgiveness in this situation. What else have we got? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? see what this one is. Chemistry, embrace your mutual attraction. Well, that's definitely the Knight of Wands because there's a lot of chemistry and attraction in that card. So I feel like there's a lot of chemistry between you. Or there will be maybe a reignition of that sort of chemistry, that attraction. What else have we got? What will happen with pile number 2 and their person, please? Well, that one is the wrong way round. Let's see. I put that in the pile the wrong way round. Let's see if we can get that out. It says, reconsider your commitments. You've got a big yes and then no, 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 no. So maybe it's about putting each other first. You know, maybe there were other people in this connection that were interfering with it, and it's about evaluating that. You know, having this kind of rebirth where you're both putting each other first. You are committed to each other. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss an upload. But otherwise, I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, welcome back to your reading. I hope you're all doing really, really well. And so today we're doing, aren't we, what will happen between you and your person, what will happen between us. And you chose to come into the reading under card number 5, which is the sheep and Blackberry, which is devotion. Sheep and Blackberry, and a little calcite here. So let us see what that is all about. You've got the word devotion here. I mean, I'm just thinking of 5. 5s do talk about change, talk about challenges, disruption, upheaval, taking risks, that kind of thing. So let's see what that means. But we've got the word devotion, haven't we? Okay, so, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see where you're at the moment. It's a good way for you to check if it's the right pile for you. And just remind you again, you know, it is a general reading, so I don't know what's going to come out in a reading like this, you know, with what will happen between us. So it might be, you know, some sensitive stuff, maybe some messages, you know, that I can't really control. So just to be aware of that. But if it doesn't feel right for you, it doesn't sit with your situation, then you don't have to take the message. You know, because obviously a few people watch it, it might be for somebody else, so it might be that you need to listen to a different pile. But anyway, let us check. So let's first of all ask, you know, where is pile number 3 and their person? Where are they at the moment? What's the energy of pile number 3 and their person? So we have wisdom and unwise. So these cards show both light and shade. So it's come out on the light side, which is wisdom, and then the shade of that is unwise. Okay, so it's card number 19. 19 is 10, which again, 10 is endings, and 1s are new beginnings. So let's see how that plays out. So where are you at the moment? Let's get some tarot. Let's get some tarot. So where is pile? Here we go. So where is pile number 3 and their person right now? Where are they? What's going on with them? What's the energy of pile number 3 and their person right now, please? What is the energy? What is their energy? So we have the Ace of Wands. What is their energy? We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. There's a lot of new beginnings here. What is the energy of pile number 3 and their person? And we have the 5. Isn't that interesting? We have the 5 of Wands. It's interesting there. So and the overarching energy is the Page of Wands. Okay. So we've got a lot of, just what I'm noticing is a predominance of wands here. And actually all of this is yellow as well. So wands is all about fire. It's about passion, it's about chemistry, it's about attraction. So I feel at the moment there's a lot of fire between you and your person. There's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of attraction. Now, maybe with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, now this is somebody, a situation that's either just beginning, it's just started, or you want to start it with somebody. So it might be a crush situation or something like that. There might be competition for this person's affections with the 5 of Wands. You might feel like there's competitions. You might have an idea, the idea that's kind of dominating or monopolising your thoughts here with the Ace of Swords is this connection. So I feel like it's certainly monopolising or dominating a lot of someone's thoughts with the Ace of Swords here. Because Swords is all about thinking, it's about truth, honesty, integrity, that kind of thing. So it may be that you are thinking, I really want to be in a connection with this person, or this is a new relationship and you know, like you're in a new relationship and you just spend a lot of time thinking about it, don't you? You know, going over everything really. But there's certainly a lot of fire between you and them. There's no shortage of attraction. The King of Wands is wise energy. Again, it's a person of confidence. So maybe you're both feeling very confident in the situation, or you're feeling very confident about the situation, you're feeling very attracted to this person, you're feeling potentially it's got a lot of strength with the line in the background here. But it could be that there's some challenges to it, or there's some competition to it, or something like that. So it could be that you're wanting, maybe as well, with the devotion card here, maybe there's something about wanting more commitment, because we've even got the Page of Wands. Now the Page of Wands, which is the overarching energy, Page of Wands is a fun energy. It's a fun energy, it's an energy of, you know, it's often a young energy here. It's often a young energy. So maybe it's something that is, like I say, it's a new situation, a new connection. Maybe it's a connection which doesn't have possibly a lot of commitment right now. Maybe it's just that you're just dating, or it's a bit of fun, something like that. But pages also talk about new beginnings. So it might be that you're wanting some kind of new beginning with this person, or a beginning with this person, and maybe for some of you they might be dating other people, you might be dating other people with the Five of Wands here, but you have the idea that you want to make it a bit more devoted, possibly. You want to make it a bit more committed, you want to make it a bit wiser. Like the King of Wands is a big leap from so maybe at the moment it's in the Page of Wands, which is, you know, fun, just dating, hooking up, you know, enjoying each other's company, that kind of thing. But maybe there's a desire for it to be wiser, which would be the King of Wands, for it to be more settled, more stable. Maybe that you have this idea for it to be more settled, more stable, or you think it's got a lot of potential for that, if it's in the beginning and early stages. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Or it could be that this is a crush situation. With the Page of Wands, you're looking for some kind of indication from this person that they like you. The Page of Wands can talk about messages. So maybe you're thinking, you know, I feel a strong attraction, a chemistry to this person. I think we could really do well together. I spend a lot of time thinking about them, trying to get their attention, that kind of thing. And I'd love it if they would connect with me, or they would show me some interest. So that could be also what's going on for some of you. It doesn't sound like your situation. It might be that you need to look at another pile. So, I mean, with all this Wands energy here, that is basically all the fire signs of, you know, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And Ace of Swords could be any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. There's absolutely no shortage of attraction, fire, chemistry, desire, physical attraction in this situation at the moment. There's a lot of heat, definitely. But I just get this sense that maybe that you're possibly wanting a bit more of a deeper connection with the devotion card here, for it to be a bit more stable, more solid, possibly. Okay, so let's see, you know, what will happen. Let's see what will happen. Let's have these cards. And what is going to happen? So again, it could be, like I say, like you know, you just dated, you just started dating, you just started getting together. It's a crush situation, or it's a hookup, or something like that. And you're very attracted to this person, and they're very attracted to you. So what will happen? What will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What have we got here? Oh, abundance. Beautiful, beautiful card. Abundance. Wow, so that is a beautiful card, isn't it? Abundance. Let's see if you can see that there. Such a lovely card. All these wild flowers. Okay. So let's see what else we've got. So we've got abundance. And then we have, what will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What will actually happen between pile number 3 and their person? Let's see what this says. Let love be your beacon. So that's interesting. Let love be your beacon. Now 42 cancels down to 6. Let's move these up a bit so you can see them. And 6 is the card of, or the number rather, I should say, not the card, of harmony, contentment, you know, marriage, love, reconciliation. I mean, it could be for some of you. I don't see a reconciliation. It's not like, it doesn't come across as being a reconciliation. I feel like it's just more like a situation where you maybe want it to be a bit more serious than it is at the moment. You want it to be, it maybe isn't short on kind of physical attraction and fun and chemistry, but you want it to be a bit more loving or committed or something like that. So that's just looking good with these two, isn't it? So let's see let's get our tarot. What will happen? What will happen between part number 3 and their person? We have the 7 of Cups, dreaming, a lot of dreaming. What will happen between part number? We have the Page of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Okay. And the overarching energy is the 6 of Swords. So, okay, what's underneath here is the 6 of Cups, right. I feel like if you're wanting this connection to be more loving, you're definitely going to get that. Where can I put that? I'll put it here, maybe put it here where you can see it. You're definitely going to get that because I just noticed with all this, it's all one. So at the moment, it feels like it's all, like I said, passion and attraction and chemistry and, you know. But here we have a lot of predominance of cups, really. So I feel like this is going to become, and we've got abundance and we've got let love be your beacon. So I feel like this connection is going to become more loving. And that might be why you have devotion as your main card. And, you know, it came out on the light side of wisdom. So I feel like it's going to evolve, this connection. It's going to evolve into something more loving, more committed, more, maybe somebody, you know, is going to show their love more. So maybe with the King of Wands, the person at the moment is, because the King of Wands is, they are a wise energy, but, you know, they're very super confident and they're out there and they've got a lot of choices and options, and maybe they're, you know, top of the tree in terms of the dating game and stuff. But I feel like they are going to become more vulnerable with you. They're going to open themselves up a little bit more with the Page of Cups here. They're going to show their, you know, their sort of like their inner side, if you like their inner child, or their deeper side, their more softer side, really. Because this is quite a macho energy, isn't it, really? Sort of like, he looks quite kind of like a man. Nothing wrong with that, but he looks kind of like a bit of a macho guy. Whereas, you know, I feel like with the Page of Cups coming underneath it, and it could be, it doesn't have to be, I'm just saying guy, it's an energy reading. But I feel like this, whoever this person is, they're going to open up to you. They're going to become softer. They're going to show you their softer side. Maybe show you their vulnerabilities. You know, that we only really do when we really, really trust someone and when we get to know someone properly. So I feel like I said, this situation is going to evolve into something deeper where I think you basically will sort of share your secrets, really, share your inner souls, really, because the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are similar in the sense that they're very deep cards, they're very intuitive cards, they're very mysterious cards. So I feel like in this row, it's something about what will happen is that you will connect more on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a deeper level. So if you're in the beginnings of something, which I think a lot of you maybe are, it will evolve. The connection will evolve. It will become more loving. You will become more intuitively connected. You will become deeper in how you communicate. You will be more loving towards each other. I feel like both of you will really develop, and it's probably why you've got the abundance card. There'll be a huge abundance of love between the two of you. And it could be that, you know, it's maybe gone through where there's, right after the Five of Wands, where there's competition, maybe you're dating a few other people, maybe there's been some other choices or something like that. But I think that will, if that's what's going on, that will change, because you've got the Seven of Cups, which can talk about, you know, choices, being a bit wishy-washy, not really being clear. But then from here, you've got the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess. So I feel like it will, you know, it will, the other choices will cancel themselves out, and it will begin. There will be a new loving connection between you and your person. Now, the Six of Swords is about moving into smoother waters, into calm waters. So the fact that I've placed it there, which is the row on, you know, where you are at the moment, I feel like that's more about it being at the moment possibly a little bit slippery, a little bit hard to grasp at the moment. And it could be because it's the beginning in the early stages, or there's other people around it, or there's competition, so it's maybe hard to manage, because this person is finding it hard to manage on the ice. But the Six of Swords is always about moving from tricky situations into calmer waters, and I feel like that is what is happening. So at the moment, if you know you're wanting a little bit more commitment from this person, or a little bit more devotion from this person, a little bit more seriousness from this person, it will come. It's a bit tricky at the moment. It will come. They will get over, you know, they will move. Both of you will move into, with the let love be your beacon, into a more loving connection. Now, the Six of Cups is a deep soulmate connection. So I feel like there is a lot of soulmate, a lot of soul heart connection in this pile, really, because the Six of Cups is a beautiful energy of you know, that kind of soulmate. That's kind of soulmate. Now, for some of you, I'm just feeling like for some of you, this might be that at the moment you've kind of started again with somebody that you've already been involved with. Just like for some of you, so it's the beginning stages of an old situation. Just that's where you are at the moment, you know. And then it will move into again a renewal and a rebirth of something loving again, where there's that old soulmate connection, because it goes with the devotion as well, you know, where you I mean, maybe for some of you, you had a bit of a fling with this person before, you got back together with them, it's still in that stages of attraction and whatever, but it's definitely going to progress into something much more loving and deeper. The Six of Cups is a deep card of love, a deep soul connection, where there's a lot of, you know, hidden, I feel like with the High Priestess, like you might have lived, you know, there might be a lot of soul, this soul connection where you've lived a lot of lives before. There's a lot of, as a strong pull, if you like, for you and them, definitely, with the High Priestess here. Yeah, for some reason some of you might choose to keep the connection private with the High Priestess. You might choose to keep it secret. You know, you might choose to keep it private and secret, possibly, just for some of you. That's just a specific message for some of you, but it will definitely evolve and become more loving, much deeper maybe than what it is at the moment. Now, in terms of, I mean, obviously this was a predominance of Wands, well, this is a predominance of Cups in terms of what will happen. So Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah. So a lot of fire and a lot of water here. Okay, so let us, moving from that initial attraction, chemistry, you know, lust, all of that, to a much deeper connection, really. Let's see what else we've got. What will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What will happen between pile number 3 and their person? I don't know why, this is a very specific message, but some of you with this person might have children. That's kind of what I'm picking up there. Lessons. Love teaches us many lessons. Okay. So maybe there's some thing to learn in this situation. What will happen between pile number 3 and their person, please? What will happen between pile number 3 and their person? Value your relationship. Yeah, I feel like maybe at the moment it's a little bit light, or it's kind of surface level, but I think all of these cups show that it will become deeper and you will value each other much more. Let's see what else we've got. One more card for pile number 3. And the first one, what will happen? Oh, this one seems to want to come out. Risk it. There you go. Risk it. Risk it. Risk opening up your feelings. Risk taking it to the next level. Yeah, take the plunge. Might be a leap of faith, but you're being asked to take that plunge, to risk it. But anyway, pile number 3, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 4, and welcome to this reading. So today, I just want to say I hope everyone's well. Sorry, first of all, and you're all doing good. But today's reading we're doing, aren't we? What will happen between you and your person? What will happen between us? And you chose to come into the reading under the frog and lotus with the word metamorphosis underneath, which is change, isn't it? And it's the card number 6. Okay, beautiful actually, isn't it? All these lotus flowers. Okay, and the little pink bead here. So let's put that there so we can see it. Okay, so there you go. So I haven't shuffled any oracle cards, and I just want to say, you know, to remind everyone, it is a general reading. I don't know what's going to come out in a reading like this one. You know, it might be a bit sensitive, you know, with what will happen between us. So just, you know, bear that in mind. If it doesn't, but if, you know, if any message, you're not comfortable with any message, or it doesn't feel right to your situation, then you know, you don't have to take it. Please don't take it. Feel free to just pass it by. It might be that you need another reading or another pile, because a few people listen to the reading. So just kind of bear that in mind. And just say thank you for everyone's support, all your lovely shares, subscribe, likes and comments. I really appreciate them. Thank you so much. But first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of a sense of where you are at the moment, and it will give you an idea of whether this feels like the right pile for you. So where is pile number 4 and their person right now? What's going on for pile number 4 and their person right now? So I feel like that one wanted to come out, so I'm going to take that one. So this shows both light and shade, these cards. So this, isn't that interesting? This one came out in just before in pile number 3. And it's funny because we had the same one of these come out in pile number 1 and 2. It wasn't this one, but it was the same card for pile number 1 and 2. So we have wisdom, which is the light shade, which is the card, the side that it's come out on. And we have unwise, which is the shade. Okay, so we've got wisdom and unwise, right. And it's card number 19. 19 is 10. 10 is final endings, cancelling down to 1s, which is new beginnings. And we've got this whole idea of change. I mean, obviously, you know, tadpoles turn into frogs, don't they? There's a whole kind of change process until we get to the frog, isn't there? And lotus flowers have to push up through the mud. You know, you have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations before they come out in this beautiful, with the, you know, these absolutely, you know, beautiful flowers. So there's a lot of maybe going through a lot of trials and tribulations and challenges before you get to that, you know, to your final destination, if you like. So let's see, and a 6, you know, is about harmony, restored peace. So maybe something where you've gone through challenges and it's about being restored, having a restored peace or something like that. But let's see, let's get some tarot out here first off. Oh, what tarot am I going to have? I'm going to have these ones. Let's go for it. So, what is currently going on between pile number 4 and their person, please? What's their energy? What's the energy between pile number 4 and their person? So we have the Queen of Cups. We have Temperance, which is about balance. What else do we have? What's currently going on between pile number 4 and their person? We have Judgment. And we have, oh, the 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this looks really good. And the overarching energy is the 7 of Pentacles. So, so for many of you at the moment, it could be that either you're in a situation that's going through some kind of positive change. Yeah, it's going through some kind of positive change. Or I think what's more likely is you are going through a process of evaluation and reflection with the Seven of Pentacles. And it could be that you're doing that from a point of separation, possibly, for some of you, because we have the Seven of Pentacles. And Seven of Pentacles is all about taking a step back to reevaluate, to see what you've got, to see what you've achieved, with a view to getting back in there and building it up again. So maybe it's on pause for some of you. There's a bit of a pause in this situation where it's a pause of reflection. And from that, you know, you're still thinking that there's an awful lot left in the connection. You know, with the Ten of Pentacles here, that is about, you know, commitment. It's about restored commitment. It's about family. It's about, you know, all the generations of the family enjoying their time together. It's a very, very, very stable card, and it shows conventional kind of commitment, really. So maybe at the moment it is either that, or you're in separation, or taking a step back, or you're reevaluating with a view to coming back to that or creating that. Judgment is about rising up, you know, so you're wanting, either the situation has risen up, so this could be that you have got back together again. So it could be that you've got back together with somebody, that the situation has risen with the Judgment card, it's come back into the balance, that it's loving, that there's commitment here. But for some reason, there's also you wanting to reevaluate with the Seven of Pentacles here. You're maybe taking things slowly. So maybe you're taking things slowly if you've recently reconnected with somebody, you know, and it's gone through a change and transformative process, and it's come back into balance. You know, you've had challenges, and now you're back in a situation where you're back together, or you're with someone, but you're still taking it slow. Or it could be that you are in separation and you want all this back. You know, you want it to rise up, you want it to be balanced, you want it to be loving, you want to get back to a stable and secure situation. But at the moment it's in a period of pause, of reflection, of just seeing where you're at, or something like that. And it's going through some sort of change, or so in that pause and reflective period, it's going through some sort of change and transformation, which you're hoping is going to be positive for it. It's eventually going to bring you back together in some way. Or it could be just be that you're in, you know, a really happy situation with somebody, in which case, you know, you just want to see what's going to happen next. And you're just having this situation, you're just reflecting, you're just evaluating and wondering, you know, is this what's going to happen next between us? Something like that, because these are all super duper positive cards, really. Apart from the Seven of Pentacles isn't not a positive card, but it is a card of being on pause. So if that doesn't sound like your situation, then it might be another pile for you. But there's certainly a lot of love in this connection with the Queen of Cups here. I feel like there's a lot of love in this connection. It's potentially got a lot of balance. It is balanced, or it certainly has a lot of balance. And even in this card, we have, I'm just noticing the lotus flowers here. So maybe it's a connection that's gone through a lot. It's gone through a lot, but it's now at a point where it's actually emerged as something really rather wonderful. Or you're hoping that it's going to emerge, rise up as something wonderful, as something committed. So it could be that you're wanting, it could be that you're evaluating and on pause because you're wanting there to be more commitment. The other thing is, I mean, the other way to read this is that the person that you're involved with, or you or them, are in a committed situation. That you're actually both in a committed situation. That could be the other way of, and you want things to change, you want things to transform, whereby you and them are together. That's the other way of seeing it. But anyway, in terms of zodiac signs, Ten of Pentacles is Virgo. Temperance, Judgment, I don't think I've got anything for those. Temperance is Sagittarius. And Queen of Cups could be any of the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. Maybe there's something that, maybe one of you wants commitment in this situation. Yeah, maybe something where somebody's wanting commitment with the Ten of Pentacles here. Because I'm just noticing in this Judgment card, this is a marriage scene here, isn't it? Which would be a rising up. So maybe somebody wants commitment in this situation, and you feel this connection has got everything it needs to to be committed, to be balanced and committed. But anyway, let us get some other cards. So let's ask now, what will happen? What actually will happen between pile number 4 and their person? And what will happen between pile number 4 and their person, please? What will actually happen between pile number 4 and their person? We have going forward. Oh, a lovely, lovely, lovely card. So it's going forward. So it's already, it could already be in a very positive place. I certainly have the potential to be in a very positive place. And here we have it going forward towards that, that sort of sunrise. It looks lovely, this card, doesn't it? Going forward. I don't think I've ever pulled that card, actually, going forward. It's lovely. Okay, so what else have we got? What is going to happen between pile number 4 and their person, please? Contemplation. Now that goes with this card here, which is the 7 of Pentacles, which is about thinking, taking a step back. So I think whatever's going to happen, there'll have been a lot of thought involved in it. There'll have been a lot of, and that's why you've got this energy here. There'll be a lot of there'll be a lot of reflection and evaluation behind whatever's going to happen, whatever cards we get here. Let's see, let's have these ones. So what will happen? No, let's have these ones. So what will happen between pile number 4 and their person? What will happen between pile number 4 and their person? 8 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Strength card. And the King of Wands. And the overarching energy is the World. Okay, so that is very interesting. I'll just see what's above, below here. Ace of Pentacles, okay. And then what have we got there? Sorry, all these cards are coming out at me. The 7 of Cups, okay. And underneath that, we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So what will happen? I'm just having a little think about these cards, pile number 4. Okay, so I had to just stop because I needed to have a little bit of time to think about this because it's a bit of a tricky one. Because this is, in a nutshell, this is what I think will happen is that there will be, and it could be with the sorry, I don't know if you can see that there, the 7 of Pentacles, things being on pause, which was the overarching energy. So for some of you, things are on pause. There's a reflection, a re-evaluation going on. And I think that what will happen is that this situation, if it's not in separation already, it will come into separation with the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Because we've got a walking away. So somebody in this situation, if you haven't done it already, will decide to walk away from the situation and become independent. But I don't feel that, if I'm honest, and that will be like a going forward. Yeah, so they've given it a lot of thought, they'll have contemplated on it a lot. And it won't be that they will be in a bad place when they move forward on their own. The 9 of Pentacles is about somebody being independent, somebody just making it on their own. Maybe in this situation is a need for that to happen, for that to be some sort of separation where you become independent, you become strong with the Strength card here. But I can't help feeling, because the overarching energy is the World card, which is the ending of a cycle. It's like a new cycle, a new beginning. But we have underneath the World card the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, and they're both counterparts. So if I'm honest, what I feel is that you will come back together again, because there is a strong connection between you and your person. But I feel like what will happen is that there'll be some kind of separation. There'll be some kind of separation, if there isn't already, which is needed in this connection. It's kind of needed to somehow to change and transform. That might be why you got the metamorphosis. Like there's some sort of challenge. Like you need to, there's some sort of challenge coming up which kind of needs to happen. So the lotus flower needs to push through the mud, the tadpole needs to change into the frog. So there's some sort of challenge or change that has to happen, which requires strength in this connection to bring it back together again, to make you and them, the King and the Queen of Wands, yeah, look, underneath you've got the wheel, to make it reunite again. For you to realise, really, that the both of you should be together, because it is like a fated, with the Wheel of Fortune, that is a fated connection. But there's some change that you have to go through, maybe as individuals, some sort of healing, some kind of learning, some kind of moving away from what it has been before, even though it might look, to all intents and purposes, pretty balanced or committed or something like that. There, with a Judgment card, there needs to be a rising up, individually and as a couple. And that can only be done when you have a little bit of time apart, when you have a little bit of time to value yourself, to know yourself, to that's why when I got the contemplation card, I was a little bit puzzled actually, because you've got going forward and contemplation, because I feel like you will move forward, but in the Eight of Cups way. So individually, yeah, you'll move forward and you'll have that time to heal and work yourself out and become empowered and be completely independent. It will take strength, but the two of you with the King and Queen of Wands, it will come back together again, and it comes right under the Ten of Pentacles, and be united and be committed again. If you were committed before, you'll be committed again, or you'll be committed. But there needs to be this period of reflection, of contemplation, of coming into your own power individually, that kind of thing. It could be a bit of a twin flame thing, you know, where you come apart, you go together, you come apart, but in that period of apart, you kind of heal, you evolve, and that's probably why you got the Nine of Pentacles, which is underneath, interestingly, the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is about kind of balance. So I feel like you need to become more balanced individually in yourselves. You need to be healed, to be independent, and then you will be able to come back together as true sort of counterparts here with the King and the Queen of Wands, yeah, as true kind of soulmates, because it's fated with the Wheel of Fortune, because it's fated that you and them should be together and have this new cycle. And it all almost feel like, with the World card, it's like that kind of you've done a full circle, if you like. So you've been together, you've pulled apart, then you've come together again. You've done like the full circle, really. Yeah, and it could be that somebody was just, is currently thinking that that might be why it's on pause, or why somebody walks away, that they need to explore with the Seven of Cups here, which is card of dreams and explore other things in their life. They need to have space to do that. But I feel eventually, without a doubt, you'll both be pulled back together, because there is this kind of fated connection, this kind of soulmate, twin flame type of connection between the two of you. You are counterparts. You belong together. So you need to go forward individually in order to be able to go forward as a couple later down the track. That is what I'm honestly seeing. So you can rise up, really, as a couple. So in terms of zodiac signs, Eight of Cups is Pisces. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo. Strength is Leo. The King and Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So those are the sort of, that's the kind of what I'm seeing. So there's going to be a temporary split, or a temporary, sounds like it might be short-lived. It might not be short-lived, but I think eventually you will come, because I'm just noticing again here as I say that, there's this little infinity sign here on this woman's arm, and it's making me feel that you and them are fated. You're meant to be together in a connection, but you have to pull away, you have to pull apart, or you will pull apart in order, if you like, to become stronger in yourself, like I say, and to maybe recognise and realise that you actually should be together. But there needs to be some time apart, some pause for reflection with the Seven of Pentacles here, some taking a step back, if you like. So anyway, let's see what other cards we've got for you. Let's see here. So what will happen between pile number 4 and their person? What will happen between pile number 4 and their person? What between pile number 4 and the person. We've got past. Leave the past in the past. Yeah, like so when you come back together, I feel like it'll be, you know, you'll let everything else, you'll release what might have gone on before and begin again. And then ahead, isn't that interesting? Focus on what's in front of you, going forward. And I think for many of you, going forward is doing that initially, individually, looking ahead, going forward, where you maybe regain your power or get more power or become more empowered, because that is the Nine of Pentacles. That's somebody who's completely independent, you know, able to look after themselves, walk their own path, comfortable in their own skin. And I feel like somehow the two of you maybe need to do that, which might not be, you know, might require strength because it's hard, but it will make you feel stronger in yourself. And then when you come together again, you'll both be stronger as a couple. One more card. What will happen between pile number 4 and their person? Honesty. Relationships need trust. So maybe it's, yeah, maybe it's the trust possibly could have broken down, I suppose, in this situation. And when you come back together, I just feel like it will be in a much more evolved way where you are able to be honest and have integrity with each other. But anyway, pile number 4, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. But otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.